Oh, there we go. Okay,
First of all, can I just say, the idea of doing a live UltraChenTV in Cantor's Deli is genius.
Do they have room for us to set up?
Well, there is a 24-hour bar.
Oh, really?
Dude, Cantor's is 24 hours.
I didn't even know. Okay. Interesting.
Cantor's as like late night drunk food. Oh man,
dude, are we gonna be?
There's nothing.
Are we gonna be CD Ultra Chen? You know,
oh, that would be so good.
Sponsored by Cantor.
Actually, you know what? One time I tweeted about Cantor's Deli, not even with the @ to them, and they saw it and they retweeted it, and I was like, I've made it.
So I love it when
Cantor's Deli has retweeted me. I feel like I wanted to go talk to like all my old Jewish relatives and be like, guess what? But they would, you know.
Yeah, dude, like seriously, I think I talked about the M Buffet Casino one time, and they like said thank you and stuff like that. I recommended my you know, the battery charger that I have for my phone, right? I recommended that brand to Nerd Josh, and then they were like, thank you for the recommendation. I was like, it's really weird how Twitter works, dude.
That is super weird.
Yeah.
Drunk food, mishmash, kreplach.
I actually would love
Rubens.
to. You know what? One of these days,
just rye bread in general.
Seriously, one of these days, let's go for lunch, like on a weekend. Because I would love to try it.
You haven't tried that stuff?
I've never been there.
Wow, I've been shirking my duties.
Dude, I have almost never eaten Jewish food, like ever.
We'll do it. We'll get some good old Ashkenaz.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Sweet.
You want to go see Ant-Man this weekend?
Yeah, sure.
It's a date.
Wait, is that
okay? Cool.
Is there a follow-up?
No, I'm seriously asking you.
Like a Jewish character.
We can go eat it and then go watch Ant-Man or something
like that.
That sounds
super
I'm
cool.
Totally down with that. So.
All right, let's talk about Ultra Street Fighter 4, which also happened at EVO 2015. That's ostensibly the point of this show.
Yes,
EVO 2015.
Exactly.
So, you want to just go through the top 8? I feel like that's
that's
silly.
So disrespectful to let's go through
let's just do whatever they have, right? You want to just do this whole thing? Because this tournament was 2,200 people. It was gigantic. It's by far the largest fighting game tournament ever.
Right.
By hundreds. And
I think it's the largest video game tournament ever.
I don't know what would have
been. In one location.
Right,
In one location. Obviously, if you have like that GameStop tournament when Street Fighter 4 came out, because it had all those different locations.
But at times.
In one place, probably the biggest video game tournament in the history of the world. So.
Yeah. If anybody knows to the contrary, I'd love to know, because I don't know what it would have beaten it. So, top 32, 25th places. Wolf Crone Viper, Ryan Hart, Yun Sagat, Reketsu Vega, and doesn't list Poison, but probably Poison, Mise Makoto, Hamad Fei Long, Brent is Cool Rufus, Vegetamin B, Ibuki, Ricky Ortiz, Rufus, Poison. 17th places, Hori Sako, Elena, Ibuki, BX3 TPL Phenom, M Bison, Razor Shen, Gen Elena, WFX recently sponsored 801 Strider Abel. 17th also, Mad Cats FGC R Kappa Pepadai, El Fuerte and Seth. 17th, Chris Tatarian, Ken, Razor Fudo, Fei Long, MC PXG, XSK Samurai, Evil Ryu and Ryu. 13th, Latif Viper, Snake Eyes Zangief, Kindevu Elena, Kanba Doyu Xiaohai, Kami. 9th places, Filipino Man, Rose and Poison, Mad Cats Umehara Daigo, Evil Ryu. 9th place also, Yubiken Sentaru, Sagat, and ZV Kazunoko Yan. Not top 8. Any of them. Dang. There are multiple EVO winners in that. Fudo, Daigo, Shen. There are multiple top 2s previously. Ricky, Latif. Multiple top 8s. People who are on the up and coming as well. And that is just an incredible list. I feel like you could take that list of 9th through 25th and sort of jumble it around, and any order would work, and it would be reasonable, and you could even switch many of them in for top 8, and everybody would believe it.
Read the 9th through 16th in the order that they're listed there, and pretend they're 1 through 8. Just do it.
Latif Viper, 7th place. Snake Eyes Zangief, 7th place. Kindevu Elena, 5th place. Reasonable. Xiaohai, 5th place. Kami. 4th place, Filipino Man. Sure. 3rd place, Daigo Umehara, Evil Ryu. Yeah. Santaru Sagat, second place. Why not? First place Kazunoko, totally believable.
Dude, all of that just could have totally happened. And
that was the big storyline that we talked about in our pre-Evo show for this game. That it was just very tough to know who was going to fall where.
Right.
Making real predictions was unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I got to tell you, the top 3 was not crazy in any sense. It was completely reasonable.
Nope.
So all right, top 8. Liquid KnuckleDo, Guile DeCapre. 7th place also, EGPR Balrog with Balrog. 5th place, Mad Catz Tokido Akuma. 5th place also, Arcappa II with Jury. 4th place, BE Nemo Rolento. Infiltration, 3rd place, Evil Ryu, Chun-Li, Abel, Jury. Although he used more. I believe he said, what was it, something like 9 characters?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
It was a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
Then, 2nd place, Avermedia, Gamer B, Elena, and Adon. Winner, E.G. Momochi, Ken, Evil Ryu, Elena. Yeah. So once you get to that top there, Momochi, Gamer B, Infiltration, even Nemo, Tokido, PR Rog, KnuckleDo, those are reasonable. And Momochi winning, I feel like I couldn't have called because it just sounded so spot on.
Right,
like,
I can see what you're saying.
Right? Like, it's not going to be that exact. Like, sure,
right.
Do I think he's one of the best players? Absolutely. But would I have called him to win it? No, it just would have sounded silly. Like,
it's too
David,
perfect.
You haven't put any thought into this at all.
Yeah,
You're just listing Momochi. That's silly. What are you doing? That's what I would have thought about myself.
Right. No, I totally agree. Yeah, but like you said, the craziest thing is that top 8, like, outside of maybe 1 or 2 of those people, was like way more logical than I would have expected it to be. Like, there was probably going to be 2 Americans that were in there, because there's 2 Americans in every year. It's always 2 Americans, right? If I had to pick 2 Americans that were going to be there, I would have picked KnuckleDo and PR Balrog. No joke.
100% I would have.
No joke, right?
100%.
Infiltration, Momochi, Gamer B. I mean, like, how is that wrong? The only one that was really that much of a surprise was II, and that's because nobody had heard of him.
I mean, I've heard of II Jury, but did I expect II Jury to come in and make 5th place? Not in a billion years.
No. Literally, the only thing that I had heard about II was that was the player that Daigo was scared of most. Coming into the event, yeah. Daigo was quoted as saying II was the one he was scared of most.
Wow.
And that's really interesting because Daigo got sent to losers by II.
Did he? Is that who he's...
That match actually got posted online. I forgot who recorded it, but someone...
I saw the tweet.
Yeah, so someone put that up there. Yeah, so, I mean, whatever Daigo saw in him, he was right? And God, that guy, it was so fun to watch him play. It was. Yeah, it was really cool. It was unfortunate he didn't get to do much. In top 8, he didn't get to do as much as we saw in the semifinals brackets and stuff like that. But it's really good. Oh yeah, and of course, the one person I didn't mention was Nemo, but Nemo's been doing just amazing.
Nemo's not crazy at all. I mean, again, I don't know that I would have picked him necessarily, but sure, he's on the short list of 50 people who could have made top 8.
Yeah,
of course,
absolutely.
Of course. Yeah, he's super good.
Yeah, dude.
I know he's been putting more time into that game than others.
Yeah, did you see how many of those top 8 matches went to the 5th game? Like, every one of them. Let's
check out the match log here. Top 8. Well, 3-1, 3-0, 3-2, 1-3, 1-3, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3.
Oh, okay, so it was
1-3.
early.
So, I mean, it wasn't as many as
it
probably felt like.
Yeah.
But certainly some of those were among the more long and stressful sets of Street Fighter IV I've ever seen.
Right. Like, I can't even... like I said earlier, like, I can't even picture just, like, if I was up there and some of those losses, like, I don't even know how I would survive that kind of thing. Because, you know, you've seen it. I take losses very seriously. If I was good enough to be in that position that, you know, it wouldn't necessarily hurt me as badly, but, like, I don't know. Like, God... I have nothing but respect for these guys that they can come back and keep playing again. Yeah. You know, seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gamer B's matches were very tough to watch. Just so much solid, slow play. Nerve-wracking style. I feel like that style is more nerve-wracking than going in crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he really I mean, he played awesomely. You know, he reset the bracket against Momochi. He beat Infiltration in one of the best losers finals that SF4 has had, for sure, maybe the best. And, you know, just all the way through, I mean, he played very, very well. And he almost won.
Dude, that button pause, though.
The button pause, right? So they're in that second to last round. It turned out to be, second to last round. That just sucks so much. I was so sad for both of those guys that happened, because from Momochi's perspective, you don't want to win in any way that would lessen the accomplishment of it.
Right.
And that sort of does, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And on GamerBee's side, you don't want to lose in a way that makes you think that it was out of your hands.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the worst. It feels worse to lose because you screwed up in the short term, because you beat yourself up. Mm-hmm. But in the long term, you realize that there are good lessons out of it, and you change your game. Mm-hmm. What do you learn from this? I mean, do you you learn, well, after pause, I'm not, like, maybe it takes me a game around to get my momentum back. Right. That's it, and that's useless info. So that sucked. I was very, very sad about that happening.
Yeah, and it's really interesting too, because like there was this meme going around that, like, here's Momochi before he wins Evo, here's Momochi after he wins Evo, and he has the same expression or whatever like that. And it's funny, but honestly, I think it was Z who actually got the quote from him or somebody, that Momochi said after he won, he just didn't feel like it was right to celebrate.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And, in a way, that's cool on Momochi that he respected GamerBee that much that he would do that. But, dude, that sucks.
Yeah,
like,
it sucks.
For Momochi. You know what I actually really hated, but there was no way we could have controlled it, was that when it all happened, me and Seth were just, like, talking about GamerBee the whole time. Like, after Momochi had won, we were just like, GamerBee, oh, he worked so hard, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, partway through that, I was like, but, dude, that's Momochi here. Sucks for Momochi kind of in that way to, have to win through that pause, having that pause, which might have killed this momentum from when GamerBee came back from loser's bracket and took it to the last game, especially because GamerBee was done game 4. And then he somehow won crazy and then tied it up and then got to that last game, and GamerBee had a ton of momentum. Even though he lost the first round, I felt like he just had a lot of momentum.
He was in there. I mean, it was happening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And of course, he got the round, so that's cool. Right. But it wasn't his choice to take the round. That was just the rule.
Are people saying that our sound is gone? Or anyways, okay, keep going.
Okay.
People say more. Wait, is our audio out? Is our audio actually out?
It's fine. Okay, fine. Sometimes when people's sticks screw up, I think it's their fault, because it's on them to pick a good joystick, mm-hmm. and if you don't take care of your stick, then, like, it sucks for you. Mm-hmm. It kind of sucks for Momochi in this case, because he's contractually obligated to use that stick.
Yeah,
It's not like he built a stick like I used to build sticks, right? Or like a lot of people. Right. Mm-hmm. And if this is before MacAd's days, right? Everybody had a custom stick or like one of like 3 other crappy sticks. Mm-hmm. And it was, if your stick blew up, it was like your fault. Like, you should have taken better care of that, or you should have built it better, or whatever. But now that's just
it's not the case.
It's not the case. He's contractually required to use that. So that sucks, and so I feel bad for him, because in a way that I probably wouldn't feel bad for other people, for most people.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I mean, look, Momochi Infiltration, GamerBee Infiltration, even GamerBee Momochi, probably some of the best Street Fighter 4 that's like ever been played. And I think that's super cool, because everyone was like, well, Street Fighter 5 is coming out, good riddance to Street Fighter 4. Everyone started getting really down on the game. And you still really have to say that a game that can produce those kind of matches like that, it's a good game. Like, I still stand by that. I still think Ultra Street Fighter 4 turned out in this really great state. I think it's in a really awesome position. Is it very set play heavy, vortex heavy? Sure. Is there a lot of option selects in there? thanks to all the different systems like focus and backdash
right.
and invincibility, sure. But you know what? Dude, like, you're not going to talk to me about CVS2 or ST or Third Strike and tell me that those games don't have, like, just pools of...
Of course. There's no game that's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
SF4 has problems, but every game has problems, and if you're willing to accept them, then it's a really good game. I like the game a lot, of course. And, Wizard, before EVO, indicated that this will probably be the last year for SF4. And if that's the case... I think it went out with just about the best gameplay that it could have. The top 8 was varied. Of course, there was a lot of Elena and healing. Maybe we should talk about that. But look at the characters in there, right? Ken, Evil Ryu, Elena, Adon, Chun-Li, Abel, Juri, Rolento, Akuma, Balrog, Guile, DeCaprio. That's a lot. That's just top 8. And that's what we've come to expect out of Ultra.
And half of them was played by Infiltration.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like I said, I just thought, just great matches. I think it was just really, really good.
It really was. It really was. I mean, dude, how about that gameplay though with Elena focusing and getting to a bunch?
Yeah.
It was surprising to me to see Infiltration continuing to throw projectiles, and he ended up losing for it. Well, not just for that, but that was a contributing factor, presumably. So I thought that was surprising, but he's a smarter player than me. So.
While I was doing commentary for it, like, when people started booing, like, that was the first time anything went into my head that something wasn't right. Like, for all I thought, Gamerby was playing it 100% perfect. Like, this is how he picked Elena. This is how you're going to fight against the defensive Chun-Li. I remember when we first saw Elena fight against the Guile and do that focus, side boom, focus, and just start healing. I was like, this is genius.
Yeah.
This is exactly how you should play, right? Dude, so this goes back to the whole Jigglypuff thing that we talked about, this healing thing, and a lot of people playing defensive and people booing it. I mean, yeah, okay, look, people get frustrated because it doesn't look like much is happening. But you really have to realize how much really is happening. And look, I'm not even going to say I'm immune to this myself. When I used to first play Street Fighter, like with my brother, like we would get so mad at each other when the other person turtled. It was like, why don't you play for real? Why are you turtling? Why don't you actually attack? Why you're not playing with any honor? Blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. Ever since I got to the point where I've understood Street Fighter more and understood that all the characters play differently and there's different play styles, that thought has never crossed my mind ever again. There's never been a single moment where I'm just like, wow, you're playing lame. You know what I mean? Because if I'm letting you play lame, that's my fault. You know what I mean? So, like you said, why was Infiltration throwing so many projectiles at some point?
I'm not sure.
Like, why wouldn't you just stop throwing projectiles and go in a little bit more and stuff? I even asked that on the stream. I was like, he should really stop throwing fireballs and go.
I mean, I know that when Chun plays against Elena, she can throw fireballs in a way that many projectile characters can't, because sliding through her fireballs doesn't really work for Elena. So I feel like that's a reason to pick Chun-Li against Elena.
Yeah.
Great, you can control space, you can force her movement in a way that a lot of other projectile characters can't.
Right.
But if Gamerby is playing this style with healing, maybe that's like a counter to that counter.
Right.
And it didn't seem like Info picked that up, which was surprising to me. And so now I'm sort of racking my brain as to like, what am I missing? Because I feel like he's a smarter player. So
I mean, a lot of people are just saying that they're not arguing that it's the wrong strategy or something. They're just saying it's boring to watch. But that's just, it depends on, again, it's kind of like that Marvel argument. It's because it's not what you wanted to necessarily see.
Right.
Me watching that isn't boring. But you know what? I mean, it really does take, you have to get to a certain point where you can find it entertaining. Yes, to the general public, it's going to be boring. And it's going to be like, what the hell is wrong with this game? And I totally understand that. But I just think it's unfortunate that players get booed for doing that kind of stuff. That
it is.
That you know, that Gamerby is going to get booed for it, and that Smashbox gets yelled at for it and stuff like that. You know, I just think that's unfortunate. So
yeah, it is. It is. Okay. The rest of the top 8 was good. Nemo is a really good player. I was really happy to see a jury, a dedicated jury top 5.
Yeah.
We've seen Momochi make top 8 with jury before, in part jury, and of course in part Infil used jury as well. But to have a dedicated jury up there, I thought was pretty sick.
Right, yeah. And then, dude, PR Rog, like, I talked to him after the tournament. He was so happy. And, like, he was just, like, because he was just, like, you know how a lot, like, you talk to people, you're like, good job, your time will come. And, like, so, like, I said that to one player, and they were like, you really think so? And I was like, dude, you're really good. Like, you have the potential to do this. I talked to PR Rog, and I was like, dude, your time is coming, right? He was like, yeah, it's coming. And I was just like, yeah. I love that attitude that he had. I love that, and to see that he's not retiring and that he's really enjoying the game and stuff like that again, I think that's fantastic. I'm super happy for PR Rog.
Sure. So. And by the way, I was also really happy for NuckleDo too, because I know it's been kind of a rough time for him. He got in that car accident.
Yeah, that's right.
He wasn't feeling very well. But yet, nevertheless, he's been doing better in SF4. And I feel like since I saw him at South by Southwest, where he got crushed, he's really been doing a lot better.
Dude, he's been doing so good.
A lot better. Yeah, so I've been really happy to see him, and it just seems like he's sort of maturing lately. So I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I tell you who I was really impressed by?
Who's that?
Santaru Sagat.
I didn't get to see any of his matchups. They didn't put any of them on any of the streams that I commented.
Yubiken Santaru. That guy is so good.
I didn't get to see any of that.
He's like a... So I was talking with Kim1234.
Right.
And he said that he thought that Santaru was like a more refined Sanford Kelly. Spot on. 100%. That's what his style is.
Gotcha.
It's like sort of reads heavy, but like at the same time, exact minute spacing and understanding. It just
like as soon as you said that, like I can totally picture how he plays. That's a beautiful description.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He beat 801 Strider. Okay, you didn't see this one, right? He beat 801 Strider. And at the end, the way he did it is he got up close and he did crouching short, and then he did Kara uppercut with no meter to make it safe. He was just, bam, get in there. And it hit. And that was it. That closed out the set.
Right.
And Gustavo just like leaned back in his seat like... like he didn't know what to do.
Right.
Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Gustavo's Strider definitely regularly puts out 400, 500 plus damage. Right. If you make the wrong choice, like that's it.
Right.
And Santaru was willing to do that. So I think that he knew he got the read. You know what I mean? I was so impressed by his spacing and by his mix-ups. And he blew up Luffy.
Yeah, it was like 10-6 or something.
It was 10-6, yeah. And he makes me rethink the Sagat versus Rose matchup. Actually.
I didn't get to see any of it.
It was very good. I really recommend it.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go watch that.
It was really impressive. He he stands at these right spots. Like he made Luffy whiff slide as Sagat, a character without good move speed. Right. I don't know how you make Luffy whiff slide like that.
Right.
Or like get slide punished by stand medium kick so often. Or crouching fierce. I don't know. He was really impressive and he almost made top 8. So,
Right.
Shout outs to him. That was cool. Yubiken Centaur.
There's so much I want to talk about Street Fighter 4. Gamer versus Daigo. Daigo was one punish away from beating Gamer B. I mean, literally, Gamer B did, I think it was heavy Link's Tail. And Daigo had like 40% life, and Gamer B had no health left. And it was just a risk that he went for the roundhouse one, and Daigo blocked it, tried to punish with low forward, missed it by maybe 1 frame. Gamer B just said, F it, mash Ultra afterwards. And it worked, and it killed him.
Yep.
And then he came back and won the next game, and Daigo totally should have been in top 8. Like, he totally should have been on top 8, but I just feel like, can you imagine if Daigo made it, we wouldn't have had that Gamer B craziness going on? Like, it just feels like everything was, like, the whole Street Fighter 4 felt like a movie to me. Someone made the greatest comparison, it was like Rocky. You know what I mean? It's just like everything happened just the way, like, it's a movie script that would make it so that he has all the momentum and then a pause would come and then, you know, all that stuff would happen. Like, I just picture Gamerby afterwards, like, there won't be no rematch, there won't be no rematch. And he even had Adrian, you know, Adrian run up and give him the hug on stage and everything afterwards. His fiance, I should say, Juliette, I'm not sure. I can't remember. Juliana, I think is her name. But yeah, dude, like, the whole thing was, like, scripted. And so, like, dude, like, the whole semifinals bracket was just me crying about everyone losing. Seriously, I hated seeing Snake Eyes lose. I hated seeing Daigo lose. Dude, it was rough. It was because we were doing the losers stream. We were doing the losers bracket stream, and so everyone we were watching was getting eliminated. It was rough, dude.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
The two other matches that stand out most to me, Alex via Bonchan. Mm-hmm. Blowing up Sagat with Hugo.
That's the match
4 straight rounds.
Made me lose my voice. That was the match. Like, normally we've gotten good at making it so we don't lose our voice. That match made me lose my voice. In fact, Bob Painter, like, I don't even remember screaming, right? But Bob Painter, like, put it up on Facebook, and he was like, dude, this match. And, like, the only comment that he had on there was, like, the scream from James Chen, like, makes this video.
When that happened, I screamed so loudly. I wasn't on commentary, so I was just yelling, right? And I could feel it in my throat, and I left the room after that because I knew I had to commentate for another day and a half, and then I just couldn't risk losing my voice. So I actually walked out of the room for a little bit to, like, settle down, get some food, get back, because I knew that if that kept up, I would be done in like, the next 10, 20 minutes. Like, my voice would be ruined. So. But no, shout outs to Alex. He played that really well. I honestly am surprised because I know that Storm Kubo is a very good Hugo in Japan. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I want to say that Japan just doesn't know Hugo very well.
No.
But I know that guy is a really good player, so I feel like they should know Hugo. But when I see them play against a top Hugo, I just kind of don't see that they know the character.
Yeah. I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you because remember Ixion in Europe blowing up a bunch of people. Not Ixion.
No, you're talking about what's his name from like Manchester or something.
Yeah. The one that beat Takedo.
Something with an I, right?
Yeah. Infectious, that's what it was. Ixion is the Dan player, right? Yeah. Okay. Infectious. Yeah, so I don't know, dude. So
yeah, and then what about like Alucard beating whoever he beat?
He beat Momochi.
Oh, yeah.
He eliminated Momochi, yeah.
I feel like they underrate that character quite a bit. But again, I think that's surprising because I think Storm Kubo is very good. So they shouldn't. But anyway, that stood out to me. And also, KnuckleDo versus Fudo stood out to me because the end of it was just craziness. Where Fudo...
I didn't get to see that one.
So Fudo got the knockdown with like a pixel left on KnuckleDo's side. And Fudo went for the safe jump into... presumably close fierce Rekka, right? That's the chip setup. And instead, KnuckleDo did delayed wake up and then flash kick out of the fierce. And then Fudo had like 20% life left or something. Tried to come in for the chip, and he ran into KnuckleDo fierce, backhand. That was it. That was so sick. That was so good. Like, what a perfect ending. It was such like an American ending. Like, that fist. That guile fist.
The fist of justice. Dude, it's Alan Snyder. It's Justice Fist.
Oh, yeah.
Justice Fist.
Now, we've always said how sick that button is from Guile. That's like the best button looking in the And to have it finish off like that with Fudo just like all of a sudden going at it. When does Fudo overextend like that?
Right.
Rarely. Rarely. And he did it to lose.
And you even said that KnuckleDo looked shocked, huh?
Yeah, everybody was shocked. Like, why would you keep running into this fist, man? Settle down for a second. No, but that was really good. Yeah, that was really good. Those are the ones that stand out to me.
Dude, there's so many matches that I could talk about, like, forever about. It was fantastic.
There were a lot that I didn't see.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't commentating the two streams going on.
And I mean, like, I do want to address a little bit, I guess, me getting all teary-eyed at the end of it and stuff like that, too. I mean, look, I've done it every year, right? Because someone was like, why were you crying? I thought that meant you weren't coming back to EVO next year. I was like, if crying meant I didn't come back to EVO, I'd quit EVO like 4 years in a row. Because, like, I've cried, like, 4 years in a row. Dude. It's
right.
so hard not to sometimes. But, I mean, honestly, it wasn't, like, one of the reasons why I feel bad about crying on stream, because I don't want to make it look like that I was sad GamerB lost. Because, yeah, everybody knows I'm a huge GamerB fan. I'm super good friends with GamerB.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like, he's just absolutely one of my favorite people, right? And I don't want to make it seem like I was sad he lost and mad that Momochi won or whatever like that. You know, it's nothing about that. It was the same kind of thing when Justin lost the Flocker at the end. It was really just watching how hard they struggled to get to that position. You know, it's like why you cry when you watch the end of Rocky. You know, he didn't win. He didn't win, but you still cry at the end because he went the distance. You know, that's all he wanted to do. You know, the scrappy guy went the distance, and you know, that's the kind of situation that's what it is. It's like, I love watching these guys play this game and seeing how much heart and soul they put into the game. It's inspirational to me. It's the most fantastic thing, especially when it's something that I love that much. You know what I mean? I have put a lot of time in this game, and to see not only just these guys playing their hearts out and doing super well like this or whatever like that, not only that, but just to see where EVO has grown, where EVO has gone, and how big it's getting. And like I said, every year it's like it can't get better than this, but it does. You know, all those emotions always get to us at the end, you know, especially me and Seth, because we're both emotional. And as much as we are involved in fighting game community or whatever like that, the one thing about me and Seth is that we're both still just like the biggest fanboys, like you can't even imagine, right? So, you know, seeing stuff like that just it makes us cry, and it makes us get emotional. And that's the worst part about putting us together at the end there too, because it just takes one of us to trigger the other one, and then that's it. We just start crying. So, but yeah, that's all it is. I just really wanted to say that because I don't want people to think that I was crying because GamerB lost or anything like that. You know, it's just really that passion, that struggle that they go through, and how hard they fight. All of them, all of the players. You know, it's great stuff. It's great stuff, dude. I love it. I love it so much.
I agree. Mm-hmm. After it ended, I went up to Bruce and I was like, I hope that you get some time to yourself soon, you know, because it's just such a tough way to lose. And after you get second place at EVO, everybody wants an interview or like a high five or a signature or something. Which, you know, that's fine. It's reasonable, but it's hard to do after you've lost, especially in that fashion. So I just hope that he's gotten some time now, as a couple days ago, to just sort of decompress a little bit. And
he actually said that like they're traveling. I think they're going to go see the Grand Canyon and stuff like that.
That's good.
So, I mean, dude, after we went off the air, the first thing I did was jump on stage to go and give GamerB a hug. Yeah. And I hugged him, and he was like, "I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry. I didn't win. I'm sorry." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Don't apologize to me, dude." And then even afterwards, like his fiance walked up to me and was just like, "Thank you, because because I support him so much." And she just started crying. She started
crying when I gave GamerB like a big hug too, and then his fiance came over and she was crying and she wanted a hug too, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah." Dude.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough moment for them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, when he lost, she ran onto the stage and she was crying. Just for sure. And like I kind of felt bad for Bruce because he had to comfort her. You know? Right.
But yeah,
it's a rough moment all around. You know, I mean, there's a lot of pride on the line, a lot of hard work on the line. Right. There was like $15,000 between first and second place on the line. Like it was.
Dude, and then you see, like my eyes were all red, my face was all red, and everyone after the tournament's coming over, they're like, "Hey, James, can I get a selfie with you?"
That's what I'm saying. Dude, you got interviewed. This guy got interviewed by...
it was the Red Bull people.
They came over, they gave me an interview, and I'm like, whatever. You know, it's no big deal. But then they asked you, and you were like definitely still red-eyed.
Yeah, and so I started doing the interview, and I just started crying during the interview.
Did you? Oh,
yeah, dude, I 100% started crying again during the interview.
Oh, that's definitely getting on camera.
Yeah,
that's
for
definitely in the video.
Dude. I'm done now. So.
It's definitely in the video.
Yeah, so, but yeah, dude, like, oh, God, yeah, it's too emotional. I mean, I'm like trying to make sure I don't cry right now, dude, because it's just like, it's...
You want me to tell a fart joke?
Sure, go for it. But yeah.
You'll smell it in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's kind of hot in here. It's already been pretty smelly already, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, but seriously though, I mean, it was just really amazing.
It was.
Yeah. Any case.
I might have been sauced a little bit. That's true.
Fair enough. Hey, you were our backup, dude.
Oh, I would have been golden, man. I wouldn't have had any more than Seth had. Oh!
You know, I was thinking, because like Finals Day normally doesn't have backup, right? I'm almost wondering if they made up backup for Finals Day to keep you in a shirt and tie so they could give us the Canon Award.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because
definitely otherwise I would have been in like this t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops and shades.
With the giant glass of alcohol.
Yes,
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or the handle of tequila that I smuggled in.
Oh man. Okay, yeah.
You know this alcohol allergy that I told you about recently, right?
Yeah.
It turns out that if I drink as much water as I can humanly handle, I don't get a hangover.
Oh, really? Oh,
so what I was doing is I would drink a little bit and I would have 2 glasses of water. It sucks.
Right.
Because then I just have to... So I was peeing like every half hour during... It was awful, but... Hey, at least I can drink.
Hey, but they put the camera back on me during Mortal Kombat when I was the only one commentating.
Yeah.
Because the worst part about it is whenever sometimes you disappear like that, I still try to commentate like I'm talking to you. Like, so you're not even there, and I'm like, oh, it's really interesting how he's doing it. Like, I'm actually talking to somebody. And then they switch the camera on me, and I'm sitting there by myself, and I was like, well, there goes the illusion.
That happened. Yeah. No, like, obviously you drink water.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot.
Right.
I'm talking about, like, drinking a lot more water than you think is reasonable.
Right.
It sucks.
But yeah, okay. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
As far as Evo goes?
Yeah, because there's a couple of things that are...
We should probably talk about Necalli.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's in the same vein. Is there anything else in Evo you want to...
I mean, Necalli and obviously
Tremor.
Rising Thunder. Tremor, probably all stuff that we should talk about.
For sure. But is there anything else to just sort of like wrap up?
To Evo. It's just every year... you know, like there was actually some trepidation I had going into Evo this year. I was like, what if it just doesn't live up to what it did before in the past? Like, what if it's just not the same? Like, just something in my mind. But it's just like every time it just like it destroys my expectations, right? So it just like blows it away.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is the tagline I think to Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the movie, which is destroy all expectations. Because my friends saw that movie and they were like, you should absolutely destroy all expectations when you see that movie.
Wow, that's genius.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways. We didn't go to the Twitch party.
Being tired people, and we went to the room and we had dinner with friends and then went to sleep.
Yeah.
That was basically
I'm kind of sad I missed it because it sounded like
too.
It was really amazing because it was like a club, but... And they said it was pretty amazing, so yeah.
Man, I went to this club at the Encore, right, which is the Wynn's like add-on hotel, super expensive. It was actually pretty sick. I was hanging around and like apparently the DJ was famous. RL Grime was there.
Sure.
Actually, he was really sick. Except for he'd only let a song play for like 20 seconds and then move on.
Oh, yeah, well, that's just what DJs do.
But not 20 seconds. I mean, come on. Come on.
Oh, what? Did we lose the audio again or something? Or mic cutting out? I don't know what's going on. What did you guys miss? Someone's talked...
I mean, RL Graham was pretty sick, don't get me wrong.
Right.
I don't follow the scene very closely. Back in my youth days, I would go to all sorts of raves and whatnot, but that was back in the early times, so
Right.
I don't know anything now. He was born in like 92 or something. I looked it up. I was like, what? It was bizarre.
That was like the time I tweeted. I was like, I want to be John Oliver when I grow up. And then I looked it up and I was like, I'm older than John Oliver. Oh, man. Yeah, anyways.
So, Do you want to talk about Necalli and whatnot?
Do you want to take a break or let's just do it?
Yeah, we might as well.
You want to take a break? Let's just do it. Let's just,
sure.
Let's just
okay.
go through.
Fine.
Let's just go through.
Okay,